Next speaker is Dr. Bremananth Ramachandran, please.
Very good afternoon, one and all present here. Because of we have the many schedules so far. Behalf of Surya University College from Oman, I invite you one and all here. This is the one of the scientific contribution section. I think is the least section, but it is a good section. It will be, I think so. So we have some of the scientific contributions we are providing to our e-infrastructures already. So in this part, actually, what is my main contributions here? We have, you know already about the biometric. The biometrics are going to be one of the playing very essential part in the form of e-applications, especially in all kind of computer as well as all kind of e-learning facilities as well as e-applications. So here you have the one of the contribution here, an efficient approach of e-iris enrolling and authentication for financial sector and e-apps. So this paper has been submitted to this conference, and it was already gone through some of the technical review. And this paper author, myself and Dr. Dean from Surya University College. Actually, this is my agenda here. Abstract, what is the motivation behind this one? Then introduction, design issues, what is our contribution of the framework, and implementation issues, and concluding remarks. So abstracts is mainly you have with e-enrolling and authenticating for e-apps. So mainly how to enrolling through e-applications through this one. So when you are enrolling these kind of biometric things, we face a lot of issues. So how we have to go and tackle those issues whenever we are going for e-enrolling, as well as the authentications. Mainly e-iris, you know iris, we know already we have eyeball and iris are going to be detect a person's uniquely. Even your left eye and right eye doesn't match together. So this is what the computational as well as the biological fact, how we can prove with mathematical computational. This issue begins this one with our image processing as well as computer vision. So in the image processing, we have a lot of algorithms. Already this iris recognition is right now available in airport and some of the desktop computers and many things. However, we have to use some standard camera over there for finding the images of your eye. So if we are coming for e-applications, probably those kind of traditional methods could fail. So how we tackle this issue, actually? This is what main contributions we have given in this paper. So e-enrolling related issues and e-authentications, probably we are using some e-cryptography based on the biometric cryptography identifications. That means we are not usually using RSA key, or you are going to use any standard encryption or decryption algorithms. We are going to make our key as your iris. That is what the main contributions we have, make it. Then localize the e-iris users, then e-users iris and extract features, e-imaging phase, authentications, recovering, deployment, and implementation in Java real-time environment. So what is the motivation behind this one? So most probably in all over the world, e-banking and e-governance are the common resource accessing by many people around the world. As per 2014 Global Economic Crime Survey, financial sector organization was one of the first to be targeted by the cyber crime. This is usually happening because one of the main target of all kind of hackers are the financial sector. Cyber fraud and survey conducted among public sector banks shows that approximately $14 million of US loss in the year 2013. So another survey conducted among the 154 institutions. So it shows that cyber attack and steal fraud and many kind of account takeovers, need for information, all those things. So how we are going to avoid using the iris cryptography as well as the iris enrolling along with your EOPS of FS. So here is introductions. E-banking and M-banking having grown rapidly, and e-enrolling and authentication is remaining a problem. Here, the important questions behind the e-user and bankers is, it is really our customer accessing e-banking, e-applications in person or not? So their question, who knows? So anyone knows your user ID and your password, your mobile for one-time password, they can use it. Even my account can be used by my wife account can be used by my son account can be used by my daughter. So who knows? Really, this is what I issue here. So we have to make sure that you are really use your account. That's what the main thing with FS. Organization was the one of the first to be targeted by the cybercrime here, you know. Already we have different kind of test penetrations are utilized to identify some of the hackers and how to solve this problem of the issues. So what is the design issue here? E-enrolling user can register his or her iris biometric via secure interface, camera, and Java interface, interactive interface. A basic issue in e-iris enrolling is acute in diverse angle of variations. So what is the main thing here? Not like traditional approach we are using with some dedicated camera is there. You go and recognizing yourself by your biometric camera. The reason is actually you are not actually going to be access those things. So various kind of angle variations are coming. So that time your traditional method doesn't work. A framework for e-enrolling using e-iris security system based on the iris pattern provide a solution of e-authentication to diverse level of users, and hypertext transfer protocol secure and JII is linked together e-enrolling modules. What is our framework here? So we have a framework of e-iris enrolling. So here you have user eye images acquisition using browser and biometric camera of Java interface. So after capturing, we have some of the pre-processing there. So grayscaling, localizing, and extraction, and these are all the terms from the image processing side. So e-image pre-processing, strip conversions, local low-pass filtering, then feature extraction. So finally, those feature extractions are going to be pattern matched. So once the pattern match is perfectly done, it is going to be stored in the cryptography-based, the secured file. So call control to HTTPS, then make IP tunneling, transmit the encrypted feature. Encrypted features are going to be stored. So once you want to authenticate, you need decrypt the encrypted feature sets. Then you have to make the usual process, and you have to make a iris authentications here. So these are all the different steps so far we have discussed there. So we have to do each and every process, localization of iris and all those things. So I like to give an online demo regarding this kind of framework. So that's why I just go through this IE. This is system you have. You have e-enrolling and authentication using e-iris imaging system. So I like to register my iris. Okay. So I have a lot of irises are here. So I want to register this one. L1. You know L stands for left eye or right eye. You like to register right, you have to show your face here, abstractly localize and doing this process. So I want to localize this one. So even already you know this biometric iris recognition system has more than I think 5 to 6 years most probably available in most of the airports. However, those systems is not applicable for e-ops. That is the main issue here. Why? You see this image. Where is iris? It is in this side you have rightmost corner. Okay. So I want to localize. So what is the meaning of localize actually here? You want to locate only your iris. Is it possible? It's possible with different kind of algorithm. I make it grayscaling. I want to find inner boundary. Okay. So my inner boundary is going to be localized. I want to localize outer boundary approximately. Maybe I can use some of the algorithms going to be accurately localized. Extract is the meaning of localize. After extract, you want to remove unwanted items. So you know already our eyeball is a non-invasive pattern. This is inside, not like a fingerprint. Fingerprint, even you can use your fingerprint authentications for any kind of banking applications. It doesn't have any problem. It will work properly. But your pattern is going to be modified. It is not unique for more than 2 years because you can use always the banks are asking you to give left eye rather than your right eye. Because right eye, always you are doing some work, your patterns are going to be modified, it will be gone after some time, you have to enroll again, many issues will be coming. But in the case of the iris, once you enroll in your life, it will be applicable for any kind of applications later on. So here you have, after remove aliases or eyelet, you can make it a strip for the computational process of signal processing, then make low pass filter, make a histogram, and make a gaffer filter. So once you can get a gaffer filter, here you have a set of features here. So what is the time in your e-applications? Almost 16 milliseconds. So totally you require for enrolling your process almost 2 seconds. You can finish your entire work. So this is what the online demo of your e-enrolling process. Once you can finish this one, again you have authentications. And inside you have a cryptography analysis. The cryptography is going to be store your extracted features securely. So this is what the entire demo here. Then you have, so I came here one, e-enrolling, e-cryptography. You have different kind of cryptography and complex systems you have. Then authentications. So what is the implementation issues? E-enrolling of new user, interactive camera is enabled with Java interface to acquire eye images of e-users. Initially, both left and right eye images are captured for new e-users, and pre-processing has been performed, and their iris code features are extracted, and features is encrypted and stored in the database with indexing. So once you want to identification, you may be either using your ENDMD. Actually, it is nothing but Euclidean norm distance, actually. So once that threshold level reached, the user is allowed. A primitive call from e-application has been performed upon making HTTPS and IP tunneling. Implementation issue mainly with Java interface, and you have a camera. Between these two, you have probably you know already 25 to 30 frames per second actually you are going to capture. But we are not going to process the entire frame because it is a tedious process in the image processing. We have to take only a frame. The exact frame is going to be extracted. So that frame will be going to be converted for image processing. Then you can do all the pre-processing steps, localizations, and all those things. So you have two-dimensional here, and space complexity is most probably increased here for these use. And how do we tackle these situations? We have to make some of the good kind of frames based on the Fourier feature extractions. So those things will be eliminated unwanted frames. Another kind of issues in your e-iris verification. E-iris identification is the important phase of the e-authentications. You need some of the things here with what kind of false positives and false negatives will be happening. So in our systems, almost more than 75 to 80% of acceptance rate will be coming in these proposed algorithms. The implementations begin this one, the threshold searching and complexities. You can use either with the sequential or binary searching methods. Either you can use with the database. So, or in future we are going to use with some of the data mining algorithms for extracting of features, as well as matching will be finished very rapidly. So these are all some of the images that I have already shown you about the demo. Okay. Here you have some of the feature extractions and the conclusions. Here you have essential security is used in FS apps. E-iris enrolling and authentication framework for e-app secure system. The system is simulated in the platform independent Java real-time environment, including Java real-time interface. Incorporate with the security algorithms. You can incorporate with the MDS5 e-iris signature and security level. Then you have a framework of e-iris methodology and aptly suitable for any kind of real-life applications like e-voting and other kind of that. This paper reveals a new avenue of e-iris security and e-apps in diverse area, especially in financial sector. In addition, the system can be utilized, authenticated a person in any kind of e-apps. The new approach will be recommended to enhance the sense the IO is especially is acute in the image, e-image, and diminishes the artifacts occurring in the iris area of while capturing. So this is we have some of the challenges here. Actually, we have many of the issues with some of the things related with yeah. Yes, I'm going to finish. So some of the but even this algorithm will going to be identify this kind of that. Okay. So anyhow. If you have time or anything, or you're interested for doing this project or something, you can feel free to contact me at my email address. I think I have given here or in my paper. Okay. Thank you very much for providing this opportunity. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, our next speaker is Dr. Onyempronya, who will speak about